Virgo, stop everything. I mean that. Whatever you were doing, whatever tab you were about to switch to, whatever thought was pulling you somewhere else, stop and be here because I needed you to see this before Friday, specifically before Friday. And there is a reason for that specificity. Welcome and listen carefully. Friday, the 8th of May, 2026. I want you to feel the weight of that date, not as a point on a calendar, but as a threshold, a specific energetic threshold that exists in the timeline of your life. Right now, very close, and that carries something that has been building toward it from multiple directions simultaneously without you necessarily being aware of all the threads converging. I needed you to know about those threads before Friday because knowing changes how you move through the days between now and then. And how you move through those days changes what you are positioned to receive. When Friday arrives, this is the preparation. Whew! Let me tell you what Friday is carrying for you, Virgo, because I want to give you the full picture. Not a partial one, not a softened one. Everything I am seeing in the energy that is converging on that date, for you specifically, there is a shift coming in your material world, in the way resources move toward you, in the financial dimension of your life that has been tight or constrained, or simply not reflecting what you bring to the world, in the proportionate way it should. That shift is arriving. And Friday marks something in that process, a decision made or confirmed or communicated or simply a movement of energy that begins something that makes the next chapter of your financial life look different from the current one. There is a shift coming in your relational world. Something being said or decided or moved toward by someone who has been building toward their own threshold for some time and who finds in the energy of this particular Friday the specific quality of readiness they needed to close the gap between what they feel and what they have been willing to say. And there is a shift coming internally in you, in how you see something that has been unclear or confusing or simply not yet resolved enough for you to know what to do with it. A clarity arriving that reorients you in a way that makes the next decision obvious when it was not obvious before. I want to tell you why I am telling you this before Friday, rather than simply letting it arrive, because I know that question is forming in your Virgo mind. The analytical question of, if it is going to happen regardless, why does it matter whether I know beforehand? It matters because of how you receive things, Virgo. Specifically, your particular way of processing the world, which is extraordinary in so many ways, has a specific pattern around receiving unexpected good things that I want to address before Friday, so that pattern does not interfere with the receiving. when something good arrives unexpectedly for Virgo, the first response is often skepticism, not cynicism. Skepticism, the Virgo need to verify, to cross-check, to confirm that what appears to be good is actually good before fully receiving it, before letting joy in, before allowing celebration, before updating the internal model of what is possible to include this new data. And that skepticism in the moment of receiving can cause delay, can cause hesitation, can cause you to be slower to say yes, slower to move, slower to take advantage of what is being offered, while you are still verifying whether it is real. What I am doing right now by telling you this before Friday is giving you time to do the verification in advance so that when Friday arrives and the good things show up, you can receive them directly without the delay, without the skepticism running first, because you have already run it here with me before the moment arrived. So let us run the verification now together before Friday, while there is still time to prepare. The question you would ask yourself when something good arrives unexpectedly is this real? And the answer is yes, for the following reasons. First, what is coming toward you in this season is the result of something you have been building, not something that arrived from nowhere, not something you did not earn, something that has your specific fingerprints on it because you were the one who built it. Even when the building looked like nothing visible, even when the output was not matching the input, you kept building, and what you built is now producing in the form that arrives on Friday. Second, the timing is not accidental. Friday carries a specific energy of completion and initiation, of things ending that needed to end, and things beginning that have been ready to begin for some time, but we're waiting for the right conditions. The conditions are right now, which is why Friday is the threshold and not some other day. And third, you are ready for this in a way you were not ready before. Even a few months ago, the version of you that faces Friday has been shaped by everything that has happened in the season leading up to it, into someone who can hold what is coming and use it and build upon it rather than being overwhelmed by it or allowing it to slip through hands that were not yet ready to hold it. Verification complete. It is real and it is yours. Whew. Now I want to give you something specific to do before Friday arrives, because preparation, the right kind of preparation, is not about bracing or anticipating or running scenarios. It is about positioning, about making sure you are in the right internal space to receive what is coming with maximum openness and minimum interference. The first thing I want you to do is release whatever you are currently holding that does not belong in the next chapter. I know that sounds vague, so let me be specific. If there is a situation you have been managing that you know is not aligned with where you are going, but you have been maintaining it because the timing was not right to release it, or because releasing it felt complicated, or because you were not sure what came after it. The timing is right now, and what comes after it is Friday. And everything that Friday initiates, let the old thing go before Friday asks you to hold something new, because you cannot hold the old and the new simultaneously. And the new is worth the release of the old by a significant margin. The second thing I want you to do is get clear on what you actually want. In the areas where Friday is bringing energy, in love, in resources, in the internal clarity I described earlier, not what you think you should want, not what makes sense logically, not what seems safe or practical or proportionate to where you currently are. What you actually want from the most honest place in you. That does not edit itself for other people's comfort or for the limits of what has been available to you so far. Virgo, you often limit what you let yourself want based on what you have received before, as if past availability determines future possibility. It does not, especially not now, especially not in this season, when what is available to you is expanding rather than contracting. Want the full version before Friday arrives, so that when Friday delivers, you are standing with your arms open rather than crossed against your own chest, protecting yourself from receiving something you actually want and deserve. The third thing I want you to do is the most important and the one most likely to be resisted by the part of you that prefers evidence over faith. Trust this, not blindly, not without discernment, but trust the energy of what is forming around Friday. Trust that the building you have been doing has been building towards something. Trust that the readiness you have developed through the difficult season was preparation for something worth being prepared for. Trust that the patience you have maintained was not wasted, was never wasted, and is about to demonstrate its return value in a form you can see and feel and hold. Trust before the evidence, so that when the evidence arrives on Friday, you can receive it as confirmation, rather than as the thing that finally convinced you that something good was possible after years of waiting to be convinced. I want to speak now about what to expect on Friday specifically, so you know what to watch for and how to recognize what is arriving. Even if it arrives in an unexpected form, pay attention to communications on Friday, things that arrive through your phone or your inbox or conversations that happen in person that feel different from ordinary communications, that carry a specific weight or an energy that makes you stop and pay attention. Before you have even fully processed the content, pay attention to how you feel in your body on Friday morning, because Virgo, your body knows things before your mind does. And on Friday morning, before anything has happened yet, there may be a quality to how you feel, a particular aliveness or a sense of something being different from how ordinary mornings feel. Trust that. It is your deeper self registering that today is a threshold day before the evidence of it has arrived. And pay attention to the moments that feel like coincidence on Friday. The things that seem unrelated, but that sit in your memory afterward as pieces of something that were connected all along, even before you could see the connection. Virgo, I want to close by saying something that I hope you carry into Friday and through everything that Friday initiates. You have earned this, not in the abstract way, in the specific and documented and undeniable way. You have shown up consistently with precision and care and the particular quality of attention you bring to everything that matters to you. You have maintained your standards, even when maintaining them was costly. You have held your faith, even when the faith was tested, in the particular and demanding ways that Virgo's faith gets tested, through the long seasons of not quite yet, of almost, of visible effort producing invisible results. Friday is when the invisible becomes visible. Friday is when the accounting catches up. When the universe says, yes, we have been watching. We have been keeping track. We know what you have been doing, even when no one else did. And here is what that is worth. Go into Friday with your head up, your hands open, your heart willing to receive what has been building toward you from multiple directions for longer than feels fair. It is arriving on Friday, as promised, by the energy that has been forming in the weeks and months that led to this day. Virgo, Friday the 8th of May, 2026. This is your day. One of them, one of the important ones, the kind that you will look back on later and recognize as the moment something shifted fundamentally in the direction you had been working toward for so long. You are ready. More ready than you know, more ready than the doubt has been willing to admit. Ooh, go get your Friday.